All right, here we are. It's the 4 o'clock hour, the end of another amazing day. And we've got a Florida great on. He is three-time Florida state champion, four-time state finalist, two-time team state champ out of Brandon High School. He is Trey Lane, and now he is a Virginia Cavalier wrestler, wrestling up there for those fighting Cavaliers. And Coach Garland, he was an All-American at NHSCA, and he currently made the student athlete honor roll. So congratulations there. And we've got Trey with us. Welcome, man. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Man, talk about this crazy time, huh? I bet you just itching to get back on the mat.
Yeah, I've been wrestling though, still wrestling, lifting every day, but nothing like being there though with all the teams. So
Yeah, you missing Virginia?
yeah.
Hey, so before we kind of get into the questions, I do have a question. Talk about that transition from being, the big man on campus, three-time Florida state champ, transition to college, where you get there, and what should kids prepare for, and what were you unprepared for? Like, what happened that you didn't expect?
Uh, well, college and high school is like a lot different because in high school, like I was walking around tournaments, everyone like knew who I was. They knew like I was a good wrestler and all that. And then like I would usually beat everyone at practice, had no real issues. And then I got here to UVA and I'm like, everyone's just beating me up. I'm not like I thought I was like worse. I was like, I know I just had surgery not that long ago, but like I did not think I was as bad. But then you think about it, you're like, I'm not like the only three-timer now. It's like my whole room is filled with 3, 4-timers, Fargo champs, Super 32s. Like it's just a whole different experience. So
Yeah, and coach was saying that you had a decent freshman year, but since you're his weight, he gets to roll with you a lot.
yeah, I wrestle with him a lot.
It's good. I'm sure it's helped you. And he also mentioned that the difference in strength, like you really got to focus on your strength training and stuff when
Yeah,
you're
I
getting.
noticed that really pretty early on, even in high school. Like, I was fairly good technique wise. I knew like I would wrestle some kids and I was like, I'm beating them, I'm like pinning them, but like I can tell that they were definitely stronger than me. It's just my experience that helped me out. But just like, especially now in college, I didn't really realize just because my technique is like so good, like that strength is like, obviously you don't have to be like a bodybuilder wrestler, but it still like hits you.
Yeah, man, I bet. Well, that's cool. Well, yeah, so you down here in Florida, what was it like at Brandon getting to wrestle for Cozart? Even before that, what was it like to transition from Indiana and being a youth Indiana wrestler to ending up in Florida as a freshman, but ending up at a program with a coach like that?
Uh, it's pretty crazy because honestly, I don't think a lot of people knew that I came from Indiana. Like, so I moved to Indiana to Florida my going into my freshman year. And I don't think a lot of people knew that. That's how nobody really knew about me my freshman year. And then I kind of got to choose kind of where I went to school, and I chose Brandon because like all their history and stuff. So, and then I knew that they were gonna bring me up a level. And then even in Indiana, like I wrestled for Contenders Wrestling Academy, and like all their practices, everything is like set up just how like a high school college practice would be. It's high intensity, high pace, good sweat, everything. So like really I was prepared for high school and middle school. Like I was wrestling high school kids while I was in middle school already. So I already had that feel for high school wrestling, but and then I got here and then of course I had all those great partners. My freshman year I had like Kyle Nordstrom, Frankie, I had all them. I had Noah, Popke, Joe Marcano. I had all of them. And then alumni, like they would always come by. I wrestled with Kevin a lot. Kevin Northstrom, I wrestled with him a lot.
He's not bad, huh?
It's not a bad room to be in.
He's
And
not a bad wrestler either, huh?
not at all, no. And then, just wrestling with those guys who are very talented, like even you're getting beat real bad. Just because you're losing doesn't mean you're learning. You kind of feel like when I was wrestling Kyle and Kevin and all them, like they beat me, but like I understood like, oh, they're beating me here in this position, so I need to work on that position. And like they would take me down in something, and I'm like, okay, I'll try that. So I tried on like a different kid in the room that's maybe not as experienced or 5-time state champ like them. But, like, so I tried on them, and I was like, okay, this actually works. Just like their mentality is like really different, so that actually helped me a lot. And, they're like big brothers to me, so I just hung out with Kyle not that long ago. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I had he and his brother on.
yeah, I saw that. I watched them.
Yeah, great guys, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Good, man. So, what has Cozart meant to you, and what does he still mean to you, and how well do you guys keep in touch?
Well, obviously I still go to like whenever I have the chance. Obviously they're not open right now because of all this stuff going on, but like they like believed in me from the start. Like I was going fresh in, they didn't know who I was, they didn't know anything about me. So when I just came in, like they took me under their wing. They just improved my wrestling. Like a lot of people kind of diss on him because he's old school, but like I was kind of skeptical at first because like I was expecting like, oh, I'm not gonna learn any of these new moves that I want to learn. But like honestly, but like the how in depth he goes with just like a simple move like a high crotch double, like we did so many reps of that. That's where I kind of started like perfecting that stuff. And then here and there he shows like a couple new things. So like I'm still getting like a refresher of all the old stuff that I already knew, and then he's throwing in like the new stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome. So, as a young man, you got to spend a lot of time on a lot of these different national youth teams, and you got to travel coast to coast for like 2 months every year with everybody. Talk about that experience and getting to do that.
Yeah, I was on a lot of Indiana like national teams. So I was on teams with like Mason Paris, CJ, Asa Garcia, Brock, Ty Mills, like all of them. And then I was on a team probably like my 5th or 6th grade year when in Kingsport, Tennessee. I forget what the tournament's called. I think it's just called Kingsport Duels or something like that. It was a pretty big dual tournament, and I was on Team Indiana. And I was actually on that team with Mark Hall.
Pretty
So,
cool.
yeah. So, I mean, I haven't talked to him in a while. We follow each other on Instagram, which is still pretty cool, just him following me on Instagram. But yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
How much older was he than you?
I think he was a 7th grader, and I was like a 5th, 4th grader. I don't know. It was a while ago. He might have been an 8th grader.
That's pretty cool. So, what do you think that did for you to be able to experience all that?
I mean, even just knowing, like, I mean, obviously, I had no idea the success he was gonna have, but like, even I was in like 5th or 4th grade, and he was in like 7th or 8th, and I like, would watch him wrestle and like things he was doing, which was pretty cool. So like, even at that young age, I like looked up to someone who was even like 3 or 4 grades ahead of me. Like, I want to be like that. And now obviously he's grown and I've grown, and I still obviously want to wrestle like him. So
Oh, it's awesome. Well, you're getting the opportunity, right? And a
yeah,
lot of those guys from your national team now are in college, not with you at Virginia, but with you in college at the same level. So, are you
yeah.
looking forward to get an opportunity to wrestle against any of them?
Uh, it's kind of weird wrestling like my old teammates because like I'm still so close with them. Like, actually, I'm going to Indiana pretty soon for like a couple weeks just to train because one of my best friends, Asa Garcia, he wrestles at IU, and he wrestles with Brock Hutkins. We all wrestle at the same contender, so I'm gonna go up there, wrestle for a couple weeks before I go back. Just get real good partners in. So
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, don't you have a buddy at Duke? Isn't that the same?
yeah, Ty Mills goes to Duke.
Yeah, so you may. What weight is he?
He's a 33 or 41.
And where are you going to be this year?
No idea yet. No idea yet.
Got to bulk up. All right, so let's get into it. I got to talk to your head coach, Coach Garland, earlier, and I got to tell you, after talking with him for 30 minutes, man, I love that guy. That guy was just amazing. Just talking to him, and I've read some of his story and his history, and wow. But you had a lot of really, really awesome opportunities that were given to you, but you chose Virginia. You had Rutgers, you had Navy, you had whatever. What made you finally say Virginia's my place?
Well, actually, right around when I was going on my official visits, I scheduled all my official visits like week after week after week after week after week. So like all 5 of them was lined up. And the first school was actually, I was supposed to go to American my first time, but like the hurricane was coming through, so I couldn't go to it. So my first official was UVA, and like I went there, and just like you said, you fell in love with Garland like 30 minutes in. So I sat down with him in his office. He told me exactly how it was going to be. He wasn't like, he was straightforward. He said it was going to be hard. He said it's different from high school. And then I sat there and watched the practice, and like I just knew like, oh, I wanted to be a part of this team. And then the week after, I went to Rutgers, and like great coaching staff. Obviously, they had Suriano, Ashnall, except like I'm not hating on any school because like these were all great schools, but like I felt like I clicked more with the UVA team, like personality wise, than I did with Rutgers. And like honestly, the campus at UVA was just extraordinary, and like obviously I want a good education, so my mom's like huge on the education. My dad's like on the athletics. It's kind of like a mix of
Sounds like our family here.
yeah. So like I just decided like I wanted the best education along with the best wrestling. And like Garland, Paulson's, they're all like super good. And then Earl Hall, he's our resident athlete at UVA, and he's from Florida. He's a 4-timer from South Dade. And on it at the beginning, I wasn't really close with Earl. Like we just knew each other because we were both from Florida. But like near the end, not really near the end, but like middle of the season, we actually started talking. We wrestled a little bit, and like I was like telling him like what I wanted to do next year, how I wanted to improve, and he was like, yeah, just text me and like I can help you, I can meal prep for you. He was like anything, like just having that kind of person there. Like even he's not even a coach, he's just a resident athlete, and he's like helping me out this much. So like I look up to him. I look to the Paulsons, Garland, like they all had like great success. So like I'm not bad people to look up to.
Yeah, I mean, and that's my next question. Tell us about the coaching staff there, the twins, their nephew, Earl Hall, and talk about the team culture. What makes it a special place to be?
Like I'm like honestly like I'm a super shy person. Like I'm pretty introverted. So like if you see me at a tournament, like I'll say hi, I'll talk to you, and then like I'll kind of walk away because like I'm kind of weird. I don't know why, but I'm pretty introverted. My mom's kind of like that, so I think I got it from her. But so like when I first got there, like I was real shy, so I didn't really talk that much. I was just going to my classes, getting my stuff done, wrestling, working out. Then I kind of started opening up, and like like I don't know, I started like fitting in more and more, and like the team like they didn't like pressure me into like forcing out of my shell. Like they kind of just waited because like I think they knew that like I was pretty shy. So, like eventually, like just like a month in, like I was like hanging out with them. We were just all hanging out, and like I just realized like I want to spend like the next 4 years here, like definitely, like no doubt. So yeah, like, and then the Paulsons, like actually like Garland called me like the first time, and like I didn't know who it was because I had like a random number. He texted me first. He's like, "Hey, I wanted to like get in a call with you," and I was like, "I have no idea who this is," and I was like, "Yeah, for sure. Who is this?" And he was like, Steve Garland, the head coach in Virginia." I was like, "Oh my god," because like I went on like 3 unofficial visits to Tech because Kyle and Kevin were there. So like I kind of always wanted to go to Tech, but then like I don't know, and I wrestled with Frey a lot because he was down here. So, but like obviously I'm not gonna go somewhere just to follow where my friends went. I just want something that's the best for me, and like, and I knew Garland, like he believed in me from the start, like no doubt about it. Same with the Paulsons. They they texted me everything, like all that. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's cool. You obviously made the right choice because you just finished your freshman year, right?
Yep.
And they're bulking you up, from what I understand. Talking to coach, getting you a little stronger there, and
I was supposed to be like lifting heavy with Earl. Like he texted me, he's like, over the summer we lift like every day. And now like all this stuff is so like every single day I go to the gym with my little brother. He's gonna be a junior at Brandon, so we're lifting like every day, wrestling as much as we can whenever we get an open mat. So
as has your little brother. How's he been doing so far?
he's pretty good. I mean, he went 106 last year, so he's put on some weight. But like a lot of people have told me, like I have friends at UVA, like they're like, oh, your little brother wrestles too. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, everything's gonna be as good as you. I'm like, I hope he's better than me, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm really tough on him, and he does not like it at all. But like, I don't think he sees like I know the potential he has because I've grown up with him. Like his mindset and my mindset are very similar. So like, obviously, I want the best for him and the best for me. But if I had to choose one or the other, like I want him to be better than me. I think that'd just be cool to see my little brother like be better than me.
Awesome. Well, maybe there's a there's a future for him as a Cavalier, huh?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I want him to be good, but like I want him to have success. But like as long as he never beats me, like I'm fine.
I like it. What has he done at the state tournament so far?
Well, his freshman year, he had like that bracket was like actually insane. Like, so he made it to the quarters, lost, and then the person that was like predicted like win all of it from Jensen Beach, I think, ended up losing. So then my brother had to wrestle like the number 3 kid to get to the blood round. Tyson majored him, and then he made it to the blood round, and then he had the kid who was predicted to win it and lost like 5-3 or something like that. And then this year he lost in the semifinals to Lake Gibson, and then he wrestled back and got 3rd. He was in Kai Owen's weight, very solid wrestler. So yeah,
Yeah, that's all you got to say. Yeah,
yeah,
Kai's a beast, right?
yeah, he's a good wrestler. I mean, I'm not gonna be like the person to, like hate on something that's good. Like everyone thinks like the Brandon like Gibson rivalry is like so bad, but honestly, like from my point of view, like I'm not gonna hate on a team that's good. Like I understand they're good. Like there's no like hard feelings from us. Like I still like George and Walker. Like they've talked to me. Like we don't have any bad tension. Like I'm
Yeah.
still.
And when I talk to you guys, like big time successful Florida wrestlers, there's always that guy. Like if I was talking to Jesse, he would say I was always my goal was to beat Abil. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's always good to have, like, I'm sure your brother, if his target's Kai, it's not a bad target to go after because
Yeah.
you make him work
And
hard.
that's the hard thing though. Also, because like once like you're on top, like you don't have any really one to chase. So like then you just have to like, even though like I was number 1, like I didn't really care. Like I didn't care about the rankings. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to like even though I was number one, like I didn't just want to win by like 2-3 points. I wanted to like major them. Like if I beat him like last year, the year before that, like my sophomore year, like I remember I beat some kid and I only beat him by like 5 points, and I was like so mad about it. My dad was like, "What's wrong? Like you beat him by 5. What's wrong with that?" Like I should have beat him way worse. And, like my junior year, I think I ended up like tacking him. So like it just, I'm always like, I feel like I'm always working towards something, no matter like if I'm ranked or not. Like I don't.
Well, I'm sure the only match you remember is that one state final you lost. Who was it?
Richie Rivera. I lost to him. I lost to him at regions in like sudden death overtime. So yeah. And
Yeah.
at state, I remember the exact move. I was in a front headlock, and I might have been winning 2-1, and I was in a front headlock, and I went to like knee tap him. I had my elbow out to March, and he just smacked that on me.
Oh, yeah. Because I knew you would remember that one, because I don't even, I was going to say, what's your most memorable match or whatever. And every time I speak to somebody at your level, they're like, it was that one I lost. I remember it like it was yesterday. Here's the move. Here's where he got me. And crazy. Well, hey, 3 ain't a bad thing. So good job to you. All right. So I did my 10 questions, and I kind of, you're a college kid in a dorm. So excuse me, I set it up like that, but then I added 2 questions because your dad texted me 2 questions to ask. So,
Oh really?
yep. All right. So Twizzlers or M&Ms?
M&M's.
All right. Soda pop or iced tea?
Iced tea.
All right. Dorm room ramen noodles or Easy Mac?
Ramen.
I like ramen still to today.
Yes.
All right. Captain Crunch or cinnamon toast?
Captain Crunch.
Love it.
I was sleeping on that one, but I like that.
Yeah. Hey, so are you a hot cocoa guy or a hot coffee guy?
I'd have to go cocoa because I like cold coffee. I like iced coffee. I don't like the hot coffee really.
Me too. All right. You go chips or pretzels?
Chips.
All right. Microwave, little microwave action in the dorm. Pizza rolls or pizza bagels?
I don't like pizza rolls, so pizza bagels, yeah.
You go microwave buttered popcorn or non-buttered?
Always butter.
Always buttered. PB&J or that ham and cheese?
See, that's kind of like, what am I in the mood for? But I'd say PB&J.
So I'm guessing all this stuff is in your dorm refrigerator, right?
Actually, no. I changed my diet like a lot. I actually started eating way healthier when I was in college.
All right.
I have ramen in my dorm room though.
You wanna get powered up? You go with a smoothie or an energy drink?
Smoothie.
All right. Here's these last 2: Sheets or Wawa?
Wawa, 100%. Everyone asks me that because I'm from Florida, and I say Wawa 100% of the time. I go to Wawa, like, if you ever talk to my parents, I go to Wawa probably like 3 times a week.
I love Wawa, man. I was before the quarantine, the office I was working out of was right next to a Wawa, so we were there all the time.
Yeah, we live right by 2 of them, so I go like all the time.
All right, and then he threw me this one too: The Corner or O'Hill?
Probably O'Hill because it's free. Well, not free, like I paid for in tuition, but like the corner, like it's paying, I'm straight out of my pocket, so probably O'Hill.
Nice. Well, those they sent me a couple others that we can throw at you: Super 32 or Fargo.
Super 32. I never went to Fargo because I was always hurt. I tore both of my knees twice. I was gonna go to Fargo both those years, torn both twice. I had to have surgery, so never went.
It's worked out for you though. Headgear or no headgear?
Headgear or no headgear?
Yeah.
No headgear all the way. I want the cauliflower. I like it.
So you can walk around and be like, yeah.
Yeah, I have it already, but like I want it bigger. I think it's cool.
I think that's what all the kids. I have a 14-year-old, and his mom keeps yelling at him to put his headgear on, and he keeps trying to rub his ear to get it worse.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why do you want to go through the pain?" But It's just
Like a trophy that you just carry on yourself.
yeah. Walk around in life, people know what you did.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I really appreciate you coming on here, and just
Thank you
like
for having me.
Coach Garland, man, you guys have another fan. I'll be rooting for you. I've met so many great people by doing this during our stay-at-home stuff, and
Yeah.
man, I've had so much fun. I've learned so much, and I've gotten to meet some great kids, great adults, and hey, man, keep doing Florida proud and keep kicking ass. Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, keep kicking ass.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, buddy. And my name is Dan. Your dad's got a really cool name too. His name is Dan. So
Yeah.
tell him I said thank you very much for getting us together. And listen, you have a link to my show. So any of your friends around the country that were on that national team, or anybody, men, women, girls, boys, your brother,
Yeah.
whoever want to come on the show, please share the link with them.
I'll reach out.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. You have a great day. And
Thank you.
like I said, keep doing your thing.
Thank you. You too. Have a good one.